Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Shalina and I post all content fashion, so if fashion is your thing then please do consider subscribing. I would love to have you here. In today's video I want to talk you through what to wear on a first date. So if you are in that position at the moment and you're feeling a bit stumped, then this is the video for you. Okay, so I remember my now husband messaging me on this very classy website called Plenty of Fish, and he was actually not the first guy to message me, but the first date I went on after signing up to this website. So it's about 2 weeks. He messaged me and it was the first date I went on, and he's my husband now. So I had quite a lucky experience, quite an easy-going experience with online dating. Not saying that's the way we always meet people now. You know, there are so many ways to meet people now, but I know it's probably one of the biggest ways people try to meet a potential partner. The other day we were talking about what I wore on our date, and it got me thinking about this video and, you know, what would I wear now if I were going on a date? I do remember that I wore does anyone remember the Topshop scalloped vests? It had a scalloped hem and scalloping on the shoulders as well. I'll put a picture in, but I wore that in like a sort of ready deep red colour with jeans, and I'm pretty sure I wore ballerinas back then as well. So yeah, they were the in thing. They're back around again. Trends always come and go. And he said I was wearing a denim jacket, which I don't recall, but the other day I was thinking maybe he was right. Maybe I did rock the whole denim on denim thing. So anyway, if I were to do this all again, here's what I would do. Okay, so I'm a big believer in what you wear can affect the way you feel. So I used to work in buying, for any of you that don't know, and when I would have meetings or sign-offs, which is where we would present our ranges to our heads of buying and our heads of merchandising, or the director of the department, I always liked to wear heels. It just made me feel like I was standing tall. It made me feel more professional. It put me in that sort of corporate business mindset that I wanted to be in, and it just helped me get my words out a lot clearer. It sounds really silly, but I do think there's a lot in it. For example, if I had worn trackies to that meeting and trainers, I don't think I would be in the right mindset, and I also don't think I would send out the right message about, you know, the environment I was in or what I'm trying to portray. So I think, you know, we can see that when people go to the office, they dress a certain way. If people are going to play basketball, they dress a certain way, for example. So there's definitely something in dressing for an occasion and how it can make you feel. So according to an article written by Southern Tide, in 2008, two University of Rochester psychologists stated the colour red makes men feel more amorous towards women, and men are unaware of the role the colour plays in their attraction. An even more fascinating discovery was that men are willing to spend more on a date if the woman is wearing red. A study in 2018 of over 600 participants of First Dates, which is a British reality dating show, found that black was the most popular colour choice for a date, regardless of gender, and enabled the wearer to still feel fashionable, but it offered a safer choice than red. Colours that are perceived as not great to wear on a first date are orange and brown. Orange and brown receive the least association with confidence, intelligence, and attractiveness. 3 of the highly sought after qualities in a first date. Unsurprisingly, black and red receive the highest number of associations with these positive traits. Orange is seen as a caution sign, and brown comes across as boring or an overly serious colour choice for your clothes. So this one can work for a nice casual daytime look, a lunch look, even like an early evening drinks kind of look as well. Is super easy. I've just got these wide leg trousers on from Uniqlo, and then I've got my white t-shirt on from Zara, which has the shoulder pads. Obviously if shoulder pads aren't your thing, then just put on a normal white t-shirt or any colour t-shirt that you might have. And then layering is key. Think about the weather. Is it going to rain? If you get really hot when you're feeling a little bit nervous or embarrassed, make sure if you are wearing a jumper that you put something on underneath that you are okay with it being seen. If your jumper has a backing or a lining that is somewhat fluffy, don't wear a black t-shirt, because when you take it off you're going to see all that fluff on your black t-shirt. Just think about things like that, and whatever you're taking off, that you can still wear whatever you've got on underneath. An easy way to layer up would be with a jacket. You could even, if it's really cold outside, put on your jacket and then put your bigger coat on top, so you can just take off your bigger coat when you get to your destination. If wide leg trousers aren't your thing, then just go for some more cigarette pant type. These are from Zara. They've had them in for forever, so you should still be able to get your hands on them. They're great for someone who is petite. I'm 5'3" and these are the perfect length for me. So if you are looking for more of a dressy lunch date outfit, this is something I would wear. Sandals are from Zara and the skirt is from Zara as well. So I'd look for something a little bit more detailed with either your top or bottom, just one item. I've got this patterned skirt on, which I think is very eye-catching. If you're not comfortable in skirts, then opt for shorts. There are loads of like beaded or embroidered shorts about that you could get, or ones with crochet or something like that. And then I've just teamed it with this really plain, simple linen shirt. I've rolled up the sleeves again to get the balance right, but I love this look. I feel like it's a really simple outfit to wear, but it still looks quite eye-catching at the same time. And then I've just teamed it with this little basket bag from Massimo Dutti, just to complete the look and tie in the sandals with the bag as well. And don't forget, if you are in a colder climate, going on a date when it's colder, you can still do a patterned skirt and then keep your top plain again, or vice versa. Go for a plain skirt, go for a more interesting looking top, and that will work equally as well. Just pop your tights on, put some boots on instead of the sandals, you get the drift. And then if you wanted a slightly more dressy but casual look, I've teamed this bodysuit, which has quite a deep V, again showing quite a nice bit of skin over here at the front, with these baggy jeans. These aren't my favourite baggy jeans by any means, but I don't have another pair to pop them on with. Again, you could do like it with blue baggy jeans. This is from H&M. It comes in other colours as well, so you could opt for maybe a cream if you wanted to with a blue jean. And then I've just popped on my Converse with it, but you could put any other trainer you prefer, or even sandals if the weather is nice. But just an easy casual one if you were just meeting for coffee or something like that. I think this one would be a really easy option. And another daytime look, which you could wear to like a coffee date or a lunch date maybe, is an oversized shirt, or just a shirt in general. This works great if you are conscious of certain areas of your body as well. So say you are conscious of your tummy, just want to cover that up so you can feel comfortable on a date, or if you're anything like me and after you eat your stomach pops out and it looks like you're 6 months pregnant, then again this can be a really good one to wear. Now this one is quite oversized. If I hold out the full size of it, you can see that it is quite oversized. I do like wearing oversized clothes, but if oversized isn't your thing, you can still get one that will do the coverage but without being so wide. But I do love this style of this. Also, if you want to cover your bum, then this one is like a longer length one which covers up the bum as well. So again, a great idea if you are looking for something a little bit more covered up. And you can dress this one up too, add the heels, or you could add a heeled boot, and it will give the whole look a different vibe. So here is a easy daytime date outfit if you're just going for coffee or a walk in the park or something like that. I've got jeans on, so it still looks like there's a bit of effort that's been put in there rather than me wearing something like leggings. And then I've just got trainers on. Again, wear any trainer you feel comfortable in. You could put some Converse on, or if you prefer a smarter trainer, go for something that's a bit more slimlined. I've got my New Balance on here, but again, any trainer will work pretty much. I think it also depends on what shape jean you've got on, so play around with what you've got. Equally, you could put on a sandal if you wanted to. I'd probably stay away from things that are kind of man repellers, like the dad sandal on the first date, or anything like that, like a croc or something like that, as I mentioned before. But yeah, I've just put on this t-shirt, really easy, simple t-shirt. This one's from Zara. It's not the best t-shirt, to be honest. I think the Arket & Cos ones are great quality, the cuts are really good. And then I've just got these jeans on. These are from Stradivarius. I absolutely love these. They're super high-waisted as well, so it keeps everything nice and tucked in. And then on top of this, again, like I said, depending on the weather, you might want to add a jacket if you need one. So I've opted for, I'd probably put on, if it wasn't too chilly out there, I'd pop on a trench if I needed it. So this is a shorter sort of trench style jacket that I got from Mango. I have seen various ones, so I will link one down below. And then if you prefer a longer trench, I've got a longer trench as well, which I also think looks super cute but casual. Like, you've made an effort but you kind of haven't either. and I like to have the sleeves pulled up slightly too. And so that is just a nice comfortable coffee date outfit. Another great option for a daytime date is a wrap dress. Any kind you like, any colour that suits you. I've just teamed this Under the Stories one with some rope tie sandals. These are from H&M, I think. But yeah, and I think also dependent on the kind of fabric, you can dress it up for a season. For example, if you have a nice wrap dress that lends itself well to wearing tights, you could put tights on. If it's a bit colder, you could add boots, or if you wanted to, you could add like a polo neck underneath, like a thin polo neck underneath it, and then you could also use it if you are going on an autumn date or even a winter date. But a really easy lunchtime look. So here is the first of the dinner date options that I pulled together. So I've got this mini skirt here, which I got on ASOS. I got it recently, so I'll link it down below. And then I've just got a grey t-shirt on from Arket, and then this blazer, which is from Mango. They always have a version of. I've also just got a bag on as well, and then I've got my heeled boots. Now this is a heel height that I would wear and that I feel comfortable in, so even if we did a little walk after a date, I would still feel comfortable enough to wear these without my feet hurting. I'm not a massive heel person. If you're comfortable in heels, by all means wear heels. Like, I don't think it's something that you shouldn't wear. Just pick a heel height that goes well with you, and essentially if you just feel more comfortable in flats, go flats. I also like to have my sleeve on my blazer up a bit, and I hate when they keep falling down. I find that a distraction. So to avoid that distraction, I've just put on the little elastic bands here, which is a bit of a well-known how to keep your sleeves up. So just add an elastic again, so you don't feel uncomfortable. Try it out before, make sure it's not too tight. I've got ones that are quite loose, but it still holds the sleeve up, so I don't need to worry about them falling down and be constantly pushing them up or being preoccupied by the fact that they keep falling down. So for me, this is a really nice dinner look. I feel comfortable, but I still feel dressed up. I probably would add a red lip. Again, I saw in some of the research that I was looking at where it said to avoid heavy makeup, but I think essentially if heavy makeup is part of your everyday and that is something you want to wear, you like to wear, you shouldn't have to change yourself for someone else. So essentially, if heavy makeup is your thing, go ahead and wear your heavy makeup on a date, because that person might as well see that that is who you are. And there's someone for everyone. Someone will like that, some people might not like that, and that's okay. Essentially, just be who you are. Again, like I was saying before, I would probably put a red lip on this. I like red lipstick. I don't wear it all the time, but I like to wear it when I go out. But if I was going for dinner in this, I might just stick to more of a neutral lip, just because as I'm eating, the red lip will come off, and then there'll be points where it's not properly on. I'd have to keep running back and forth to the loo to make sure it looks okay. So yeah, a neutral lip means that it's not going to spoil the look too much. But I just think this is an easy, comfortable, casual one that also gives you that slight feeling of being dressed up as well. Okay, so here is another potential dinner date look. So if you don't want to do the whole skirt and top, sometimes it's just a bit too much to think about matching something, go for a dress. This is a satin dress from Zara. I think they still have this in stock. If not, they've got it in similar colours. I like that it's got a sort of tie back. I have worn this with boob tape on and it felt fine to me. Obviously, I've got a smaller bust. If you are going to wear a dress that is a bit more strappy or that requires some sort of bra solution, make sure you've thought about that before the date so you don't get caught out on the day. But if you're sort of doing dinner, like dinner's probably like more of a second, third date, it's like you've already met the person, you know you want to see them again, then this is something I'd wear for that. And I also like the fact that it's got the ruching on the stomach area, because I mean my stomach pops out the minute I eat anything. So that's going to give me a little bit of coverage. I can still feel confident. I would also put on my faux leather jacket. This one is slightly like a sort of oversized fit, so it wouldn't be everyone's cup of tea, but you can just put on whichever one you like. Any jacket would do, or if you prefer the more blazer look, then go for a blazer. If you are shorter like me, I'm 5'3", consider like a cropped blazer. That can look really nice on a dress. And then I've also gone for like a really small heel. Again, it's just something that I feel comfortable in. So I'm doing dressy, but I still feel really comfortable. This dress I feel comfortable sitting down in. And I think that's another thing to think about is yeah, you can put an outfit on and you feel great standing in it, but do test sitting down in it to make sure you feel comfortable as well. There's nothing worse than wearing like really tight jeans on a date and just wanting to undo your top button. So make sure you test it out as well to see if it's right. Okay, and another dinner outfit is this one. So I've just got some faux leather shorts on. You could do a faux leather skirt if you prefer. And then I've just gone all black. So I've just got this real thin spaghetti strap top on from Zara. And then I've got the same blazer on that I had before. I probably would maybe prefer a crop blazer on this one, but I don't have one to hand right now. And then I've just got the same heels that I was wearing before, but in black as well. But it's just, again, a really easy, casual, comfortable. All of these looks can be used for cocktail hour as well. Yeah, just a really easy one. You can switch out any of this for like colours if you wanted to, but I do think there's something quite sophisticated and chic about the all black look. So if you are more of a top and jeans kind of girl, then this could be a look that works as well. I've kept it all black, even though the shades of black are different. This is just what I have in my wardrobe. But this sweetheart neckline top, which you've probably seen, it's from H&M. I just think it shows a nice amount of flesh without showing too much, if that makes sense. I would always stick to the rule, the age-old rule of if you are going to have your legs out, have your top a bit more covered, and if you are going to have more of the top out, should I say, then have your legs covered. I do think that's a nice, more sophisticated way of doing things. But yeah, I love this one. I just think it can easily be worn out to a dinner, but is equally, again, a nice, comfortable look. You can just pop a jacket over the top, but I've just popped it on with some very small heels again. But again, you can do this with different coloured jeans if you wanted to. You could get the top in a cream colour if that's more your thing. Just an easy look. Okay, and my final dinner look is a really simple one. I've got a satin cami on from ASOS. They have done this one for ages, so I'm pretty sure it's still there. I'll link it down below for you. Then I've got these jeans on from Mango, just these black straight leg jeans, and then the same blazer I had on before, just doing the old hair tie trick on my sleeves. So you just pop it on the sleeve where you want it and then just ruche the sleeve around it just to cover it up, like so. And then that's all done. And this is a really easy dinner look. I've just got it on with those same kitten heels I had on before. But yeah, this is a really comfortable one, I think. And my jeans aren't too tight on my waist either, so it doesn't matter if I eat in these, I still feel fairly comfortable in them. And again, if there's going to be walking or anything, I'm again comfortable. So definitely an easy look. If you don't want to do any form of heel, then try something like a loafer, or if you're into ballerinas, you could put ballerinas on, or just a flat boot even under your jeans as well. Okay, so what to avoid? These are things that I would definitely not wear on a first date. Anything gym wear. I'm talking leggings, sports bras, like the crop top ones, cycling shorts, sweaters, tracksuits, loungewear. I'm going to put it all in there. Anything that is just far too casual that you just lounge about in the house, don't wear it. You want to make your date feel like you have made an effort, that you've thought about it, that this date means something to you. So even if you're just going for a walk in the park, definitely pop on some jeans or, you know, a cigarette pant. Just something that says, I've made an effort, this is, you know, this, I want to see if this is something. Make sure you iron your clothes. If you've got muddy shoes, wipe them down. Make sure you're clean. Make sure you smell good. Like, these things can't hurt. They can only make the date even better and make you feel good. Another thing I would avoid is like overly frilly tops. Just something that's going to be quite distracting. You don't want to feel uncomfortable. The whole thing is being comfortable, and being comfortable doesn't mean boring. It can definitely be something interesting, but without feeling uncomfortable. And I love this article by the Metro, which is a newspaper you get on the London Underground. It was the top 10 things Brits don't want to see on a first date, which was quite funny. Crocs was on there, because that's another thing I thought, don't wear Crocs if you have have them. I don't care how comfortable they are, don't wear them on a date. I'm not gonna lie, I tried them on the other day and I was like, wow, I can understand why people wear them. I'm still not gonna buy them. I think my husband hates my dad's sandals, so I think Crocs is just gonna be one step way too far, even if I just wore them in the house, which is what I was planning to do with them. Anyway, I digress, let's get back to it. And then maybe avoid wearing anything that is brand new and that you haven't tested beforehand. For example, if you got a really nice little black dress but you didn't realise that every time you walk it rides up and you're going to have to constantly be pulling it down, that is just going to make you feel so uncomfortable. You're going to start getting self-conscious. So just avoid anything new. I have seen in articles when I was looking at this subject saying to avoid anything overly fashionable, but I personally think that fashion is also an expression of who you are a lot of the time. So especially people that are super into fashion and that just have, you know, what maybe one person thinks is amazing dress sense and another person doesn't. But I just think there is also the flip side of that, in that you should just be yourself. If you love to wear really out there prints or whatever, then you should just be yourself. I don't think you should necessarily not wear them. If you are a print lover and solid colours just gives you the ick, then definitely go for it. I just think you might as well show that person that this is who you are. You don't want to show them a version of someone and then 5 dates later they get a different version and wonder, whoa, what's going on here? So definitely try and find the balance, but do try and stick to your everyday fashion sense. So just a couple other things that I wanted to mention about being on a date, whether it be your first, second, whatever it may be, is put your phone away, be present. Don't have your phone on the table as a distraction. By all means, keep the volume up, so if it does ring or you're expecting a call for some reason or anything like that, that cannot be put off, then have your phone on loud so you can hear it, but I'd say just have it away so it's not distracting you. Other things to think about as well is what you might need to take with you. So for example, if you do get sweaty when you're nervous or you get smelly under your arms, consider taking some spray or something you can use to wipe yourself down, just so that you can feel your most confident self, especially if you are maybe traveling to the date on public transport. It might be a really hot day and you'll find yourself getting quite sweaty. Have those contingencies ready so you can feel your best. Also, if you're anything like me and you have oily skin, I like to use these blotting papers. So instead of packing on more powder on my face to make me less shiny, these blotting papers are a dream. They literally just take all the oil off, which is great. Or have your compact with you, that way you've got a mirror as well to check your teeth. If you have maybe eaten something on the way, I would suggest carrying gum just in case you do eat something when you're together, just if you want to feel more confident that you haven't got anything stuck in your teeth or you're a bit worried about coffee breath. Then I mean, if you've gone for a coffee, he or she will have coffee breath as well, but you can just have some gum to get rid of that. I would also maybe carry some tissues if it's a cold day. I don't know about you, but sometimes when I go from hot to cold, my nose starts running, so have some tissues handy, have a hairbrush handy, just those few little things that you can carry with you that can just help you feel 100% confident when you get there. So instead of the old dinner date, why not make things more interesting? Some of these ideas will also give you an easy out if you need it. If you're not feeling comfortable or you're just not vibing with the person that you're with, consider going for things like coffee. You could just get dessert or just grab a drink. Any of those don't need to last too long, but equally can last longer if you want them to. If you are feeling particularly nervous, like I did on my first date, then consider swerving dinner. I think it just adds to the nervousness about eating in front of someone that you are maybe trying to impress. You might get things stuck in your teeth, or you might have crumbs on your face or something on your lip, or you don't know what's going to happen. I would just swerve dinner altogether, and maybe do that on the second, third date when you are feeling a little bit more comfortable. And if you prefer something a bit more active, then why not do a walk in the park, or you could shoot some hoops if that's your kind of thing. I will allow you to wear some gym wear if you're going to do that though. Just make sure it's still something that you can do, but you can still chat at the same time, because the whole point is that you are going to get to know each other, and make sure that you align on certain things, and just make sure that there's even an attraction there to begin with. Okay, and then I would also suggest having some conversation starters ready, so that if the date gets awkward or pausey, or there are some silent moments, you just have some conversation starters already kind of logged in your brain. You could ask them what they're watching on Netflix at the moment. Have they watched any good series? What's their favourite series? If they're reading any books, if that's what they're into. Maybe they like to travel. What countries have they been to? What did they like about those countries? What did they like about the food or the culture or anything like that? Just try not to make it sound too much like an interview. You want to listen intently and make sure that your questions kind of reflect what they're sort of saying to you. Okay, now this one won't be for everyone. Probably more so for those looking for something more long lasting. I know not everyone's on a dating website to meet the love of their life. I think maybe more people are, but who knows. Don't be afraid to talk about those important things on a first date. So all those things that are really important to you, or that are non-negotiable in relationships. And I'm not talking about little things like who's gonna wash the dishes. I'm talking about those things that are, you know, really big in your life. For example, kids, marriage. Are you on the same path? Do you want those things? Religion. Is religion a big thing to you? Do you want someone equally as religious? How would you want to bring up your children? If you are majorly into religion, would you want your children to attend a church, a mosque, a temple, wherever it is that you pray? Also things like location. That is a really big factor. Obviously, coming from the UK, it's not so big, but if you're somewhere like the US where, you know, it's just so vast and people meet people from all kinds of different states, and then it's like, where are we gonna live? There are fundamentally realities that come in after all the lust and the love. The realities can easily make or break a relationship. And I really just wanted to touch on safety. I think this is a really big one to think about when you are dating. I don't want to scare you, but I think it's something that everyone needs to consider. I mean, at the end of the day, you are meeting a complete stranger. You don't actually know this person. So there are a few things that you should think about before you meet them. So the first thing is definitely let someone know, someone you trust. Let them know where you're going, who you're meeting, where you plan to meet, what time you are thinking you will be home. Maybe have an agreement where you text each other during the date so that you can keep in touch. You can also consider sharing your location on your phone with someone you trust, so that they can just keep an eye and make sure that you're doing okay. Consider also screenshotting the person's profile, whoever you're going to meet, and give their phone number to a friend, again, someone you trust. Make sure you have your date in a public place. Don't meet someone anywhere too secluded. Make sure there are plenty of people around. And just use your gut instincts. Never do anything that you feel uncomfortable with. Even if you feel like you're being paranoid, listen to your gut. It's probably the one biggest thing you can trust when you're out on a date, you're by yourself. Just listen to your gut. At the end of the day, no good person is going to make you do something or force you to do something that you don't feel comfortable with. And don't share any really personal information with anyone until you've gotten to know them and you feel like it's the time to let them know things like where you live or where you work. Just keep that stuff under wraps until you feel like it's safe to give them this information. Don't drink too much on a date. Obviously have a drink if you want to, but I would just steer clear of having too much alcohol, just so you're in control of yourself, you have your wits about you, and also don't leave your drink unattended. No matter how much you trust this person, like I said, again, they are a stranger, so don't leave your drink unattended. And my final bit of advice, I guess, is just be yourself. You're looking for someone who is going to want to be with you for you, not a version of yourself that you're portraying. And I get that on a first, second, third date. Yes, you might have a little version of you, which is absolutely fine. We all have a little, maybe, it's like when we have a phone voice. Does anyone have a phone voice? Like when you're talking on the phone and you sound a little bit different to what you sound like in real life. Even sometimes when I'm on camera, I realise that sometimes I sound a bit more formal than I do in my normal life, my normal everyday life. I'm working on that. It's just when I get in front of the camera, I become also formal. Don't doubt yourself. Remember to just have fun. Don't Don't put too much pressure on the date. I think that's when things can maybe go a little bit downhill. Just enjoy and be yourself, and hopefully you'll meet the right person for you. So guys, that brings us to the end of the video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, then please do give me a like, and please do subscribe. I would love to have you here, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.